Hey, greetings friends. Mike Benner here. Today is Thursday, July 23rd. I'm here in Buchanan State Forest. This is about, 5 or 6 miles east of Breezewood, not far off of Route 30. And I'm sitting here by an aqueduct, which is a little bit of a mystery. It's kind of an interesting historical little stream flowing through this aqueduct. Great craftsmanship, but it's in the middle of the woods. It was never utilized. It's like it was built and then abandoned. I'm wondering if any of you know the history. I'm wondering if you could guess what could this be for? If you know the history, you might understand. But I can give you a hint. People change their minds in the middle of the construction process. Change their minds. This week I'm wrestling with identity. The Church of the Brethren sent out some resources. One was a link to a TED Talk Brian Stevenson did. Brian Stevenson, African-American lawyer, a great guy. He has dedicated his life toward justice. Founded what's called the Equal Justice Initiative, and he's worked to defend people that have been unjustly condemned, unjustly sentenced. Some of the processes weren't very good, and people were innocent who were convicted, or they were convicted and sentenced unfairly. All kinds of ways the justice system, he points out, it's not the same if you're rich versus if you're poor or if you're a minority. And he's made his life work about correcting those injustices. He makes the case that as Americans, who we are, our identity is wrapped up in the way we treat the poor, the way we treat minorities, the way we treat people convicted of murder. The capital punishment informs who we are as Americans. It helps to form our identity. He says we're better than that. We're better than the way we treat people in some of those cases. Who are we? Who am I? Who are you? Who are we as Americans? What does the current strife say about who we are? I wondered if you'd think about that with me. It also relates to the faith journey, the parables. This week we'll be learning about the parable of the yeast and the parable of the pearl, the merchant who went out and sold everything he could to buy that pearl of great value. The same with the treasure hidden in a field. Some farmer found this treasure, sold everything he had so that he could buy the field. And so the kingdom of heaven, to those who are following Jesus, it's the most important thing. You'd be willing to give up everything to get that, to obtain the kingdom. And with the yeast, if we're part of the kingdom, if we're following God, then we're going to be affecting the people around us. We're going to be a good influence on people. We're going to be like yeast that infects others. Hearing some thunder in the background. So, who are you? Who am I? This is a tool that I've used in spiritual direction. Not to accept the first few answers, not even the first dozen answers, but to go on and go around the second time, a dozen times, 24 times, answering the question, who am I? Who am I? I'm Mike. I'm a pastor. I'm Amy's husband. I'm Aaron and Christopher's dad. I am Evelyn's son. I'm Sally and Fred's brother. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? I invite you to think about that, to wrestle with it. Not to go shallow, but to go deep. Take some time. Take a couple of dozen answers to think about who you are in your deepest self. How that affects the choices you've made, and how the choices you've made have affected who you are. I wish you God's peace. I wish you shalom, protection, well-being, and good health for you and all those you love. May God bless you.